everybody, this is Trendkill Radio, a rock news show about all things rock except for when it's not. Brought to you by Taylor Swift cameos at the Chiefs game and Ted the Series, only on Peacock. Very good show.
Very good show.
I'm your host, Sean Ryan.
And I'm Chris Jones.
And before we get started, please be sure to like, subscribe, hit your notifications, and follow us on Instagram at Trendkill Radio 216. Has Sammy Hagar
experienced a time from visitors?
The Red Rocker been visited as a child by aliens, and how do I put this?
Anyone want one of these? Anyone?
David Lee Roth has a video on YouTube entitled "The Ballad of Popsicle Sam," and I watched a little bit of this. It was about a half hour long of him just ranting and raving and talking about weed and drinking, and like it's all over the place. I mean, David Lee Roth. Now, before we even get into this story, that guy hasn't made sense since like 1982.
Cocaine is, in fact,
one
hell of a drug.
His biography, was it Crazy from the Heat or whatever? I mean, it starts off good, but then it just falls to pieces. I mean,
it spirals out real fast.
I have a theory that he's like too smart for everybody, and he cannot get his things together.
So, like, he's mildly autistic?
Probably. David Lee Roth goes on to say, quote, "According to Sam, he was abducted by aliens. I know when you are abducted by aliens, you get sex probed. I am compelled to solicit this sordid subject in effort to explain Sammy Hagar's conduct. For the past 10 summers, I haven't said a single syllable about him. Not one. I defy you. And in the face of constant fart gas aimed in our direction here at the Mojo Dojo Diamond Dave Laboratories.
Mojo Dojo.
And I think we've arrived at both the technical and the medical answer that may explain some of Sammy Hagar's conduct and his constant spew of diarrhea vitriol in our direction. Sammy Hagar was abducted by aliens, and he was sex probed.
Sex probed. What's up, girl? You trying to get sex probed?
Oh my God! You got spit everywhere.
It's beard whiskey. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me reload.
I know that I am not under alien control.
It just sounds like something somebody would, like some drunk guy would say at a bar. You ever been sex probed? I'm gonna tell you what happened to my cousin Jethro.
Roth later on went to try and figure out, what entails a anal probing from aliens and how you get abducted, blah blah blah, talking nonsensically. I got to a part where he was talking about getting weed from Costco, and then that he smokes the stuff that killed Elvis. I'm like, what?
What? What the fuck?
So he goes on to say, quote, "But what do I know with absolute accuracy is that if you take a half a popsicle and you jam it into a cassette tape player, no matter how carefully you extract it, that tape player is never going to be the same again. No matter how carefully you try and fix those delicate little parts, and it'll get worse, and it'll seem like the singer that you used to be will stop making sense whatsoever. A lot like Sam." End quote.
So the singer that we used to know stopped making sense altogether.
David Lee Roth has partied his ass off throughout the decades. When we did a video of him, he was in a Las Vegas resort. I think he was playing somewhere. He hears Van Halen. He brings a camera crew to there's a bunch of
like college kids that were partying in their room. They were playing like Panama or something like that, and he heard it. And the best part about that, there's two things. Number one, he had a headset mic on.
Yes. Like Madonna.
And he's like so excited. He's like knocking on these kids' doors. Like he's gonna surprise them. Like, "Hey, I'm David Lee Roth from Van Halen." No clue.
One.
Not a fucking clue who the hell he was. They just got Diamond Dave at their doorway. Like,
"We heard some Van Halen here, and my name's David Lee Roth, and I'm right across the hallway."
Like, okay.
They're like, yeah.
They did not put the two and two together that he's the guy that sang the song, because he didn't even mention it. He's just like, "I'm David Lee Roth." And they're like, okay, cool.
That guy has done so much cocaine, it's almost like he has Parkinson's. The smile can't come off his face. It's frozen like he's had 80 million facelifts, which maybe. And then just Like a fucked up bobblehead.
And Sammy Hagar, I mean, how much tequila has that guy consumed in, how many decades? He's still drinking. He's still got that alcohol bloat to him.
At one point, there was a discussion of them, doing a tour with both Sam and Dave, whatnot.
Well, that was a bit of a miscommunication.
Right, exactly.
Basically, Sammy wants to do like a tribute to Van Halen.
Yeah.
Bring all stars on stage, do a couple songs.
Somebody asked him about it, and he was like, "You know what, motherfucker?" And that's a direct quote. He's like, "Come on." Basically saying like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And Dave says, "Yeah, let's I'm ready to go. Let's do it." And then Sammy's like, I only meant for like a few songs. Pump the brakes, kid.
I mean, and I was confused too, because at the time I remember when the story came out and Sammy Hagar made it sound like, hey, let's you and me, let's do this thing or whatever. And then as soon as Dave said, yeah, I'm game, let's go, I'm ready. Basically, Sammy was like, whoa, if you can even remember the songs.
He's like, yeah, if you can remember the words. Like he even says that in the interview. He's like, yeah, I wanted to do a couple songs if you can remember the words.
This isn't a dual tour or anything like that, buddy. Like, this is a tribute to Van Halen. You can come up and sing a few songs or, whatever you want.
Do like a weekend in like a big city and like have like 3 or 4 shows, and then that's it.
We're not going on tour together. Yeah. Sammy was just saying, we'll just have all stars on stage. Bring Chad Smith, Joe Satriani, or whatever. That was all in Chickenfoot. Whatever celebrities are in town on those dates that we play, come on up, play a few songs, get the fuck off stage. That includes you, David Lee Roth. So back to the story. Basically, Sammy wrote in his memoir that he was abducted, or he
believes he had an alien experience at the age of 13.
Now, he was underage. That's not nice of those aliens.
Naughty.
You get sued for that. You're going
doxxed for that.
You're going to jail. That is all that we have for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hit your notifications, that little bell.
Before we go to hell.
And be sure to follow us on Instagram at TrendKillRadio216. I'm your host, Sean Ryan.
And I am Chris Jones.
And this has been
Trend Kill Radio. Rocket.
This is Red Rocker. You're thinking of a dog's penis.
Oh.
You got a Ford probe. It was a big one.
My best friend had a Ford probe when we were in high school. It was a red one, too.
There was a brown Ford probe that wandered around Parma.
Unless you're a Catholic priest, you just get relocated. At the end of the day, what really matters here
is Sammy Hagar's butthole and whether it still works properly.
Well, just willy-nilly sticking things in people's buttholes is that's not okay.